many times have you heard somebody say, "Oh man, I'm working like a dog and my boss is working me like a dog"? But the question is, you ever take a moment to notice how your dog does spend his day? I mean, where do we get that expression from? It would be great if you could be working like your dog. And the thing that we want to pay the most attention to is dogs don't seem to know the difference between work and play. Because everything is fun for them. Everything is new. Everything is fresh. Everything is really exciting. And when you come home from work today, as soon as you open the front door, your dog is there, tail wagging, really excited to see you. Every fiber of his being saying like, "You're home! This is so great! I can't believe you came home! This is the most fantastic thing that ever happened to me!" I mean, you come home from a hard day at work, I guarantee you your dog is really excited to see you. But the best thing is, you walk back into that same room 15 minutes later, your dog is still really excited to see you. Wouldn't it be great if you can walk into work first thing in the morning and the people on your team would be that excited to see you? Well, it can actually happen once you learn the secrets of how to work like your dog. See, this approach to team building has fabulous, fabulous benefits. The most obvious is the stress level goes way down. There's a huge increase in morale, in creativity, in productivity. And the best thing is, customer satisfaction goes up exponentially. I really love the idea that we have a lot to learn from our dogs. That's why I've written 2 books about it. Work Like Your Dog and Dogs Don't Bite When a Growl Will Do. What's great about the dog metaphor is that it lets me talk about really serious business subjects in a very light and fun way. You know, dogs are the greatest salespeople of all time. How do we know that? Well, look at the deal they've cut for themselves. They get people to feed them, house them, pay their medical bills, buy them treats, buy them toys, and pretty much the only thing dogs have to do in return is look cute and follow us around the house. And if that's not the greatest sales job in history, I'd like to know what is. See, the reason that dogs have such great lives is because they're totally customer-focused. For example, if you were to walk into work first thing in the morning and try out the typical canine greeting on your coworkers, you would definitely be up for a sexual harassment lawsuit, right? So there are definite limits to what we're asking you to do here, right? But what's another way of saying the same thing, that dogs adapt easily to change? Well, it's that they go with the flow. And that's something all of us can learn to do.
When Successful Meetings magazine chose its top 20 speakers of the 20th century, they chose such luminaries as Teddy Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, Gloria Steinem, and Martin Luther King Jr. And when they predicted the top 21 speakers for the 21st century, they chose Matt Weinstein.
In my pre-program conference with my clients, a question I always ask is, what results do you want to see from this program? As people are walking out of the session, what will you be looking for that will tell you that we've hit a home run? And the first thing I usually hear is, well, I want it to be fun. I want my people to be laughing. I want them to be excited. I want them to be talking about the session after it's over. And I say, that I can absolutely guarantee. They're going to be so excited, you're going to have to scrape them off the ceiling when we're done. Because they're going to be participating and interacting the whole time. Nobody ever gets enough positive feedback. Nobody ever does. Even this group of your colleagues who, by their own admission, they're trying to reach out, they're trying to help people. I guarantee you, their own best friends don't call them up often enough to tell them how great it is to hang out with people like these. So they've been reaching out. I'd like to give them something back in return. So step 1, just very gently grab the hands of the people on either side of you. So we'll be in a straight line up here, or semicircular configuration, as we call it. And this is what I'd like the rest of you to do. I'd like you to visualize yourself right now at the most spectacular concert you've ever attended. Image yourself leaping to your feet at the end of that concert, giving an incredible standing ovation to the performers. Would you triple that energy right now and give this group of your hard-working colleagues the most thunderous, the most spectacular standing ovation they've ever dreamed of? So let's hit it for them right now! Let's give one of these. Yes. As a motivational team building speaker, I believe that audience interaction is essential. People learn by doing, not just by listening. My job is to create a very safe learning environment so that the people in the audience will feel excited about interacting with each other because they know it's going to be fun. And at the same time, they feel comfortable about what they're being asked to do. So the way I set up the experience for the audience always makes it both safe and fun. And it really works. There's an opportunity for you to appreciate yourself even more deeply than the culture normally allows you to appreciate yourself, so you can really be resistant to the stresses of everyday work. So here's our agreement. Anything you've thought up to now, throw it out. You can't use any of that. Because you already know that stuff. I mean, the only reason you were to say that out loud would be if you were to try to impress your partner. And fortunately for you, your partner is already totally impressed by you. I mean, take a quick look at your partner right now. This person worships the ground you walk on. I mean, could you ever find a more supportive partner? No way! So this is the way we're going to do it. Every time I ask you that question, what do you like about yourself, I want you to just say the first thing that pops into your head without even censoring it. Now, just to make that a little bit safer, we're going to have the following agreement, which is this. Anything you hear from your partner, and anything your partner hears from you during this particular experience, you never, ever repeat outside this room. So, maybe you and I are partners. We don't see each other for a year. We're back at this meeting next year at a different hotel, a different city. I'm coming down the escalator. You're going up the escalator. I don't want you yelling out to me, "Hey, Matt, still think you're kind of sexy?" That was totally confidential information. So if you do agree to keep what you're about to hear from your partner 100% confidential, you will never, ever mention it, even to them. Would you right now put your right hand in the air if you do agree to keep it confidential? And would you take a quick look at your partner and make sure their hand is in the air right now? Otherwise, watch what you're saying out there. Now, here's what usually happens. You're on a roll, you're thinking of all these things you like about yourself, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. All of a sudden, your subconscious comes up and goes like, wait a minute. You're not supposed to be bragging on yourself like this, and boom, you go totally blank. It happens to almost everybody. Looks like this. What do you like about yourself? Well, I think I'm really friendly. I make friends easily. Oh, that's great. What else do you like about yourself? I got a pretty good sense of humor. Oh, that's fantastic. What else do you like about yourself? Can you please repeat the question? You go totally out of it. Fine. It's only your mind shutting down. And you know that you're much more than just your mind. So I want you to use your body, your physical sense, to overcome your mind. When they're saying to you, what do you like about yourself? And you go totally blank, at that point I want you to shoot both fists overhead in your gesture of triumph and scream out at the top of your lungs. What do you like about yourself? Everything! Just like that. And then you're going to say to you, great, what else do you like about yourself? And if you're still blank, I want you to try it again. Everything! So all of a sudden the dam bursts, and you're full of ideas. You know what? I'm a really good dancer, or I'm really kind to animals, or whatever comes into your head. So let's just practice everything together, really loud, really proud, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent! The other important component of my motivational team building programs is to offer examples of what other successful organizations are doing to create winning teams. And that includes stories about my own organization, Playfair. In our own company, Krista Cavanaugh, who was one of our trainers, heard about something another company did, and she just gathered us all around, and she said, okay, put your name in a hat. Everybody put their name in a hat. She said, pull out somebody else's name. For the next 2 weeks, she said, you're going to be that person's secret pal. She said, here's $25 for each person. I want you to spend this $25 making this person's life fun the next 2 weeks. So the very next morning, my assistant Charmaine comes in. She boots up her computer. Immediately, the screensaver comes up that says, go to your mailbox. She goes to her mailbox, and it's filled with these fresh home-baked cookies that her secret pal had baked the night before. She walks around feeding cookies to everybody. It was fabulous. That same night, one of our trainers went home, and his wife greets him passionately at the door. She says to him, oh, honey, thanks for the roses. She says, that was so thoughtful. It was so romantic. It was so sexy. He's thinking to himself, roses? I don't know anything about any roses. And he thought, oh, my secret pal must have sent some roses home in my name. At least he hoped that was what was going on. My own secret pal was really into dinosaurs. I come in the morning, and there's this huge inflatable stegosaurus on my desk. I put my jacket on at the end of the day. It's filled with all these little